I do have something I want to bring up, a little bit serious. Yeah, my apologies if this seems rehearsed. It's because I wanted to collect my thoughts, so I wrote it like 10 minutes before stream. I've noticed that there seems to be some concern about chat etiquette and following chat rules, and I apologize for not being as clear as I can be with chat rules, and I'll be more direct when a rule is broken or line is crossed in the future. At the moment, I haven't noticed any major rule breaking that's outside of my comfort zone, but that said, I'll reiterate a few rules that may be relevant. So for example, the third rule I have of please stay on topic to the stream. This refers to not bringing up irrelevant topics in chat, but in addition, this refers to conversations between chatters. If you'd like to have a conversation between each other, please do so in DMs or elsewhere. My fourth rule, don't mention other streams unless I bring them up first, other streamers. So I'm not super strict with this rule, but I believe it may be best if I begin to enforce it more strictly, especially for irrelevant scenarios. For example, if you come into my chat and ask me something like unprompted, like, Calyx just mentioned you in his stream, or I'm gonna go watch Freodor's stream, or are you and Sable married? I'm going to time you out. I will be timing you out for that. Rule number 6, please do not send blatantly explicit messages. While we do get playful and flirty from time to time, there's a time and place for certain types of messages. If a stream is public, not listed as playful, or we are in a collab, please refrain from being overly sexual in chat. In addition, please do not bring up pornographic material of any kind. If you do, there's a chance that I don't know it, and then I address it. Like that happened recently. But I apologize for any confusion my lax enforcement of these rules may have caused. My main goal is to create a fun environment for my Zerpents, and personally, I haven't felt like a line has been crossed on my account. However, I'd like to be known as a liver who listens to their audience, and I've seen many tweets about the situation in Zeal Ginjoka's chat. What I would ask of you is in the future, if you have any issues, please post them in the Jirumite tag. I look through that tag very often and try to fix any issues that are brought up, like a miscredited thumbnail or forgetting a super chat. I'd like to be someone who listens to those around them, but this current situation was a bit difficult for me. I had friends and senpais bringing it up to me as they had seen tweets about it, which tells me it must have reached far and been a concern for many people, even outside of my scope. However, when I asked them for input, like, what do you think I should do? They all had no idea and weren't even really sure what the situation was. So my apologies if how I addressed this isn't exactly what you had expected. I also apologize for starting a 3-month celebration on a serious note. I'm very grateful to have you here and would like to keep fostering an environment befitting of my wonderful Zerpents. With that said, I'll keep your concerns in mind as we continue to grow together. Thank you. I was contemplating the one about not having chats, not talking to each other, but I feel like that falls under staying on topic. My initial rules were I feel like I had them too lengthy. They felt a bit too intimidating. So I want them to be clear cut, right? Like stay on topic, do not spam, etc. Right? I think the issue is that I need to be more strict with enforcing these rules. That is a serious portion of this stream. I just felt like I should address it because I feel like there are a bit of expectations for me to do so, and I also don't want to ignore it. I feel like ignoring something like this is, it can make it worse. And I want you to know that I'm doing my best to make sure that the chat is as fun as it can be. We're both still learning a lot. So I'm excited to continue to learn with you. And I apologize for not being as strict as I should be.